Okay, so I recently picked up this Zenza Bronica EC-TL camera, and I've been playing around with it for a little while. And while I was googling and YouTubing as normal, I found quite a lack of videos about it. And it's the EC-TL, as you can see here. One of the questions I had when I was googling and YouTubing was like how to remove this back. I'm quite used to the Hasselblad series with a little knob up here. You can just press the knob, but you can't do that on this one. So I found the original manual, and if someone has the same problem, it's just that you press this dark slide. So you press it in, and then it unlocks the two mechanisms to take away the black on it. And for the next thing was how to load the film. So that's what I'm gonna show today. And I've only done this twice, so have some patience with me. So what I'm gonna be shooting with is a T-Max 100, because I was planning on taking a lot of photos outside when the spring comes. So what you do then is that you take your film. It's not optimal because it's too light to load the film right now, but I can't film it if I'm not in here. And this is ISO 100. So what you do is you press these two buttons over there, and then you squeeze, and you can open this one, and then you can squeeze these two in to take out the film holder. So we set away the camera for the moment. Here we have the film holder. When you're loading, you kind of want the film to wrap around these two rollers as tightly as possible. So first of all, make sure that this side with the cogs has the empty spool, because we want to wind up the film on this one. When you're done with the film, you have to unload it. You have to move it from this position, the empty spool, to that position. So I've already done that on this one. So what I'm gonna do first is to unwrap the paper on my film. And this is not like a professional, I'm not a professional film photographer or anything, I'm just a hobbyist. So, as I said before, you have to have some patience with me. And if there's any like better way or I missed something, then just put it in the comments down below. So what we do now is that we have the film. We're gonna open it and wrap it around the rollers. So you wrap it there, and then you want to go, let's see how to do this in front of the camera, so that you can see. You want to go, and then you want to put it inside of the little hole there, the flap. And then you want to start rotating it, as I said, to wind it up. And I usually hold one finger here when I start winding. This is much easier when you're not behind the camera, so that we get a little tension. Now you get a choice, because usually we will wind these up until we find an arrow on the whole full roll with film that we're gonna align with the red dot here. It's the same as the Hasselblad. What then they did with the Bronica series is that they recommend, actually in the manual from the manufacturer, that you put it back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tension this one by rotating the film. I tension it as I put it back into the camera like that, and make sure it clicks in and that these are engaged, and then you can tension it a little bit more. And what you do then is that you, with the lid open, you can start, and then I just passed it a little bit, but you see the arrow there? That should line up to the red dot. And then we're good to go on this one, because then you just close it like that. It resets to 0 there, and then we just keep winding until it stops, and then we're at frame 1. So now if you want to take a shot, and make sure when you're doing all this that the lever here is set to A. D is when you do multiple exposures on the same film, or on the same exposure. So that's very rarely that you use that, and make sure this one is turned to 12 images, which is the type of 120 film we're gonna use. So I got it set on A, and I got it set on 12. So when you want to take a shot, then all you do is remove the dark slide, and then you put it in the holder back here, and then you dial in your exposure, and then you just press the shutter button down there. I'm not gonna do it right now because I want to save all my 12 shots for the outdoors. So I'm gonna put it back. And when you're done shooting all your frames, you just keep winding until the film is all wound up in the spool, and you take it out and then you glue it together. So that's it for this short video. Hope you find it useful, and for now, see you later.